Hey third grade, it's Mrs. O'Kane here. We are going to start today with a new song called Barnyard Banter. And over the next couple of weeks, we are going to learn how to speak the poem. Then we'll learn how to do the rhythm of the poem and the song and eventually start singing it using our hand signs. So we'll work on that next time. But today we're going to learn the lyrics of the poem and we're going to work on the rhythm. So Barnyard Banter is a pretty simple song. It has a lot of words to it, so you'll have to be my echo a few times today. But first, before we dive into it, does anybody know what banter might mean? We probably know what a barnyard is, right? Probably on a farm with lots of animals, and our song probably will have some animals in it today. But does anybody know what banter might mean? Think of how all the animals might talk back and forth to each other. So there might be a cock-a-doodle here, or a hee-haw there, or an oink-oink from a pig, and all those animals kind of talking back and forth is their banter. It's kind of when you talk back and forth really fast. All right, so we're going to learn our song by starting with just the lyrics. So we'll start with a poem today. And of course, this is called Barnyard Banter. So I'm going to go first, and I want you to be my echo. Barnyard banter, 1, 2, 3. Barnyard banter, 1, 2, 3. Listen to the animals a-calling you and me. Listen to the animals a-calling you and me. That was a hard one, so let's go back to the beginning and be my echo again. Barnyard banter, 1, 2, 3. Barnyard banter, 1, 2, 3. Good, all right, the next one's the hard one. Listen to the animals. Say that. Listen to the animals. I'm going to add to that. Listen to the animals a-calling you and me. Listen to the animals a-calling you and me. So let's put that whole thing together. Listen first. Barnyard banter, 1, 2, 3. Listen to the animals a-calling you and me. Barnyard banter, 1, 2, 3. Listen to the animals a-calling you and me. Awesome job. All right, next we're going to sound like a rooster, so be my echo. Cock-a-doodle here, cock-a-doodle here, hee-haw there, hee-haw there. Let's put that together. Listen first. Cock-a-doodle here, hee-haw there, cock-a-doodle here, hee-haw there. Good. Let's put all 3 lines together and then we'll finish it. All right, starting with Barnyard Banter. Ready? Go. Barnyard Banter, 1, 2, 3. Listen to the animals a-calling you and me. Cock-a-doodle here, hee-haw there. Pretty good job. It's a lot of words. All right, let me do the last one. Please be my echo. Barnyard banter everywhere. Barnyard banter everywhere. Good. So I'm going to start with the cock-a-doodle part. So listen. Cock-a-doodle here, hee-haw there, barnyard banter everywhere. Cock-a-doodle here, hee-haw there, barnyard banter everywhere. Nice job. All right, we're going to take our spider fingers and we're going to keep a nice spider finger beat. All right, so here are my hands for your beat, and you're going to join me. 1, 2, here we go. Barnyard banter, 1, 2, 3. Listen to the animals a-calling you and me. Cock-a-doodle here, hee-haw there, barnyard banter everywhere. Nice job. All right, so this time I'm going to keep a steady beat and you are going to keep your spider finger beat. All right, so I'm just going to keep a nice steady beat here. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Barnyard banter, 1, 2, 3. Listen to the animals a-calling you and me. Cock-a-doodle here, hee-haw there, barnyard banter everywhere. Really nice job, ladies and gentlemen. All right, next up, we're going to talk about rhythm. Hey, everybody. I'm back with the rhythm of Barnyard Banter. So today we have already learned how to say the lyrics for Barnyard Banter, and now we're going to get to the rhythm. So the rhythm is made up of different kinds of notes. These are notes that you should recognize. Up here, our blue note right there is ta, or as we've started calling it this year, the quarter note. Below it, we have a pair of TTs, and we've also started calling those eighth notes. And then right here, drag this back up right here, we have our tika-tikas, or our group of 16th notes. So we're going to use all of these today for our poem. So what we're going to do together is I'm going to ask you which notes you think belong in for each beat of the song. So as you can tell, there are 4 lines for Barnyard Banter, and each line has 4 steady beats. So these lines up here are going to represent one steady beat. And underneath of it, I put the words for us. So we have Barnyard Banter, 1, 2, 3. Listen to the animals a-calling you and me. Cock-a-doodle here, hee-haw there, barnyard banter everywhere. So those are the lyrics that we already learned today. And now, as I said, it's time to put our rhythm together. So the first thing we need to look at is beat number 1. When we say the word barnyard, how many syllables or sounds does that make? Barnyard. Well, if you said 2, that would be correct. So now we have to look at our notes. We have our ta, which makes 1 sound or syllable, our TT, which makes 2 sounds or syllables, and we have our tika-tikas, which make 4 sounds or syllables. So which one of these makes the 2 sounds we need for barnyard? And if you said it was a TT, you are correct. So I'm going to move that TT right into there. So let's look at the next one, banter. Clap it, banter. How many sounds was that? If you said 2, you're correct. So we're going to now put another TT in the second beat for banter. So let's look at the next beat. We have the words 1, 2, or the numbers 1, 2. So clap that with me. 1, 2. So both of those numbers go on the steady beat. So how many sounds was it? It was 2. So of course now we have to put another TT in beat 3. All right, so we have T, 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 and we have one lonely number over here for beat number 4. So we're going to say the number 3. How many syllables is that? 3. If you said 1, you'd be correct. So would we put a ta, TT, or tika, tika in that beat for the syllable 3? Of course, we would put Mr. Ta, or the quarter note. You got it. So our first line goes T, 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 ta. You got it. If you don't want to just look at what I'm doing and you'd like to write this down as well, feel free to go grab a piece of paper and put our video on pause, and you can write along with me, or if you have any left extra popsicle sticks around, like we do in music class at school, we could totally make those out of popsicle sticks too, or Play-Doh like we've done at school as well. But you can always just watch and listen and answer the questions along with me. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next line. Listen to the animals a-calling you and me. So let's look at the first steady beat of this line. Listen to the. So we have to clap that out. Listen to the. How many how many syllables do we hear for that steady beat? Count it in your head. Listen to the. Well, if you counted with me, you have 4. So we have choices of ta, TT, or tika, tika. Which one of them has 4 syllables or sounds? Right, our friend tika, tika. Or as we called it before, our 16th notes. So there we go. We have listen to the. Now let's look at the animals. And I know that sounds so weird right there with that extra at the end, but that's just how the song goes. So let's look at animals. Clap it with me. Animals. animals. How many sounds was that? Well, if you said 4, you'd be absolutely correct. So we need another tika tika. We're going to do that right there. All right, moving on, we have calling you end. Calling you end. So yell it out. What do you think we're going to put there? Ta, titi, or tika tika? Of course, another tika tika. So let's move that all the way over here. And now let's look at that lonely word at the end, me. So what will we put for me? You got it. It's got to be a ta or that quarter note. So we'll make another quarter note and put that right in there. All right, let's read what we have so far. Again, remember these are called titis. These are tika tikas, and our blue ones are tas. Here we go. Ti, 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 ta. Tika, 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 ta. You got it. All right, let's move on to cock-a-doodle here, hee-haw there. So what could we put for cock-a-doodle? You got it. It was 4 sounds. We need another TT or tika tika, cock-a-doodle. All right, our next one is just 1 sound or syllable here. Would we put a quarter note, a pair of 1/8 notes, or our group of 16th notes? If you said it was a quarter note or ta, you are correct. How about hee-haw? Hee-haw. 2 sounds. So of course it would be a TT, or as we grown-up musicians like to call them, 1/8 notes. You got it. All right, let's look at that last one. There. How many syllables was that? There. Of course it was 1, so we need another ta or quarter note. You got it. Do you notice a pattern happening here? I wonder if that pattern will continue. Let's find out. Okay, let's read it from the beginning. Ready? Here we go. Ti, 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 ta. Tika, 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 ta. Tika, tika, ta. Ti, ti, ta. And I'm going to challenge you to do the entire last line by yourself. Barnyard banter everywhere. Let's see if you can do that whole thing by yourself. Let's clap it together. Barnyard banter everywhere. So you figured out, I'm going to give you a few seconds to figure out all 4 steady beats. Think about how many sounds barnyard is. Then move on to banter, everywhere. And if you wrote it down, I would love to see a picture of your work. So feel free to take a picture and send it to me or Mrs. Denny at our email. All right, I'm going to put the answer. Let's see if your answer matched mine. T, 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 ta. Barnyard banter everywhere. T, 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 ta. All right, nice job, everybody. So let's go back to the beginning. We're going to say the whole thing together. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, read. T, 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 ta. Tika, 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 ta. Tika, tika, ta. Ti, ti, ta. Ti, 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 ta. You got it. Great job, everybody. All right, so now we know the lyrics for Barnyard Banter and we know the rhythm. Next week, we will take a look at the hand signs and try to sing them together. All right, I'll see you next time. Thanks, friends, for joining me.